Hey there. I was a little on your feet, is what that was. I have two beautiful little girls at home, Amalia and Elena. I have an incredibly strong and brilliant wife, Nyla, who's with me here tonight. So it gives me a great honor to be here with you and to share the stage with these ferocious, beautiful, talented people. And to introduce somebody that I would be very proud for my two girls to emulate. My wife and I were at a Tony party a few years ago, and the talented director Evan Cabinet came up and said, you gotta know Eva. Do you have you ever met her? She's a producer. She lives in our building. True story. Evan Cabinet, myself, and Eva all lived in the same apartment, like some plot from an old Lanford Wilson play. And we've been friends ever since. Eva is everything an artist wants from a producer. She is passionate. She is plain-spoken, honest, opinionated, but most of all, informed. She's funny, and she's tough as hell. She has a very real respect for the theater and her place within it. She's someone you genuinely believe will fight for you and your vision, and she's doing it in what has traditionally been a man's game as a woman. Sitting through the bold, brave revival of Oklahoma, I found myself tearing up, not only by the thrilling vision, but because of the beautiful and beautifully flawed characters. Eva Price has talent and a taste for talent. There's a lyric in the opening number of a beautiful play with music that she produced called The Lion. And the lyric is in the first song, and it always reminds me of Eva herself. It says, I always show my teeth when I'm smiling. I always say I love you when I'm sure. Inside my gentle paws, I've got some devastating claws, and I'm learning what it means to really roar. I'm learning what it means to really roar. The Lion, Peter and the Starcatcher, Dear Evan Hansen, What the Constitution Means to Me, the upcoming Jagged Little Pill, and a little Tony Award for Oklahoma. Well, she's a producing woman. Hear her roar. Eva Price.
You had to make me cry, huh? Men do that. In the 4th grade, we were given a writing assignment called When I Am 28. Since I love to talk and to argue, I decided that when I am 28, I was going to be a lawyer. And thanks to the values instilled by my liberal father, what kind of lawyer? Constitutional. I remember hearing about those other kinds of lawyers, not for me. As life progressed and the required reading and years of schooling needed to be any kind of lawyer, that was ultimately not for me. So I went into politics and journalism instead. And though I loved the drama and the theatrics of political news coverage, I was too partisan for fair and unbiased reporting. So my love of theater became the driver of my passion. So I am grateful, humbled, and quite surprised to be standing here tonight. I did not set out to produce shows with a political edge, even though politics was my passion. I did not intend to produce 3 shows in a row ripe with socio-political messages about today's America. But I believe timing is everything. Nearly 25 years ago, a prescient 19-year-old Alanis Morissette sang about consent, sexual assault, and survival. In 2017, 4 weeks after Ronan Farrow released his first story about Harvey Weinstein, we presented the first workshop of Broadway's Jagged Little Pill musical. 76 years ago, Rodgers and Hammerstein created the modern American musical we know today with themes of toxic masculinity and frontier violence. Our very first Oklahoma performance off Broadway coincided to the day with Christine Blasey Ford's testimony. And 6 months after 17 people were killed in a high school shooting in Parkland, Florida. That same week, across the river on East 4th Street, Heidi Schreck was selling out What the Constitution Means to Me as Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed as the next Supreme Court justice. Timing really is everything. How do we live as humans and artists in a changing country and not take responsibility for the changes our society and government are not making? Ooh, excuse me. Wardrobe malfunction. Take that, Janet. I'm going to take that last line back. How can we tell stories on Broadway every night and not say to the rest of the world, we are trying to do better? Are you? Making Oklahoma the first gun-neutral production on Broadway was an easy decision. When I understood the impact we could make in destroying illegal guns to make our community safer, in the words of Ado Annie, I can't say no. With Jagged Little Pill, we are creating partnerships to help our fans understand where to get help and that they can live and love and learn, and that everything will be fine, fine, fine. The work of the ACLU and the work of Broadway have always mattered to each other. But I'm here to say that the work and the art not only matters, it is also making a difference for our children and for our future. So thank you, ACLU and NYCLU, and thank you for the work you do and for this honor. Thank you.